Guys, can we make 2026 all about funk maxing? I was just lying on the beach and I just thought of this term, funk maxing. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to tell you guys what kind of music to make, but, personally, I feel like I'm a funk fiend, and sometimes I just don't get enough funk from drum and bass. There's loads of tracks that I love in drum and bass that give me the funk I want. It's just that I don't get that funk satisfaction from every single drum and bass track. Like, there's a lot of drum and bass tracks that are like more, like sort of straight, a little bit stiff sometimes. And this. You might sort of laugh at me, and you might like think I'm really cringy, but I actually listen to loads of like Italo disco, since probably around about a year or something. Because it always gives me that hit of funk that I really, really need. So I love it. Even though it's a bit cringy and a bit cheesy, like, I just get well into it because of the funky, like, music playing that's really, really good. And I really want more of that in drum and bass. There are some great tracks, like, from the past that I think about. One that's really in that sort of disco vibe is the remix of Nero's Must Be the Feeling. By Brooks Brothers. It's just the intro. The drop kind of goes to like a more straight-edged dubstep vibe, but if you listen to that track and listen to the intro, like, it's just an amazing it's just an amazing composition, like, rhythmically and musically. It's so funky. And there's loads of other, like, there's so many great old school drum and bass tracks that have like a lot of funk in them. I think even just as some classics like Mysterons, Shimon, Baron, and some old Sub-Focus stuff. Not every Sub-Focus song, but some old Sub-Focus bits, some break stuff. There's loads of old school Culture Shock. There's loads of old school drum and bass artists and new ones as well that are just really, really good at like injecting loads of funk into the composition. And I just feel like we need to do more of that. I feel like 2026 should be the year of funk maxing, where basically we just go super in depth into learning about funk music and applying techniques that are used in disco, used in funk, to get literally the most grooviest possible melody lines for basses and for leads. Funky drums as well, like funky drum samples, more of those, but particularly like playing in real funky musical riffs and hooks and melodies. Look at the Doors as well. Look at a lot of tracks by the Doors, like Peace Frog or Soft Parade. As a lot of their tracks, they're so good at writing funky riffs. It's a great thing to emulate as well in drum and bass. But yeah, I just really wanna just put this idea out there of funk maxing. So rather than chasing streams, rather than chasing follow accounts, subscribers, just chase like the funkiest rhythm and bass and lead lines that you can possibly create. I might have to set up a little competition or just a sort of feedback live stream that's like a sort of funk maxing, with a sort of funk maxing structure. I just think it would be really, really cool, because I just really miss that. I don't get enough of that in drum and bass. Like, there is a lot of drum and bass that gives me that, but it's just not enough. And so I always find myself like trying to get my funk fix from other genres sometimes. But I know that it's possible in drum and bass as well. So this is just a request from me to you today. You can just ignore it and discard it if you want. But can we make 2026 the year of funk maxing? Can we just like get the most funk possible into our tracks? I think that would be really awesome. I think that would be really cool. It was just a little idea I had as I was lying on the beach. I'll leave you guys with that today. Much love. Resources are down below. And let's funk max for 2026. Let's go.